Aarav stood at the starting line of a race, his heart pounding as he glanced at the competitors beside him. His coach's voice broke through his thoughts, asking, Aarav, what's the goal of this race? Aarav hesitated before replying, to win, to beat them. But his coach simply smiled and said, wrong. The goal is to beat yourself, to be better than you were yesterday. The gunshot fired and the race began. But this was more than just a race. It was the start of Arav's journey of self discovery. For most of his life, Arav had fallen into the trap of comparison. In school, he envied the smartest kid. On the football field, he wanted to be the fastest. On social media, he felt his life was dull compared to the perfect lives others seemed to have. No matter how hard he tried, there was always someone better, smarter, or faster. One evening, sitting alone in a park, he sighed and muttered, I'll never be good enough. An old man sitting nearby overheard him and asked, good enough from whom? Arav looked up confused. The old man chuckled and said, let me tell you a story. He pointed towards two horses grazing in a nearby field. One is a racehorse, fast, strong, a champion. The other is a farm horse, slow but hard working. Now tell me, Arav, which one is better? Arav quickly replied, the racehorse. Obviously. The old man shook his head. Wrong. The racehorse is built for speed, but put it on a farm and it will struggle. The farm horse may not be fast, but it can plow fields all day. They both have their own strengths. The mistake is to compare them. Arav stared at the horses, deep in thought, as the old man added, the only person you should compare yourself to is who you were yesterday. That night, Arav lay awake, reflecting on the old man's words. Had he been wasting his life trying to be someone else instead of becoming the best version of himself? The next morning, he made a decision. Instead of competing with others, he would focus on his own growth. He started measuring progress not by how others performed, but by his own improvement, running a little faster, studying a little harder, practicing a little more. Over time, things changed. The pressure of comparison disappeared, and he found joy in becoming better than yesterday's Arrow. As the race neared its final moments, Arrow ran with full focus, not looking left or right, only concentrating on his own strides. He crossed the finish line, not first, but with his personal best time. A wide smile spread across his face as his coach approached. Well, the coach asked. Arav grinned. I won. His coach raised an eyebrow. Against them? Arav shook his head. No, against yesterday's me. The only race that matters is the one against yourself. Stop comparing, start improving.